how I love vintage clothes. Let me count the ways. I love shopping for vintage, I love wearing vintage, I love selling vintage, heck, I even eat vintage for breakfast. Yeah, that sounds nasty. Hey there, I'm Hannah, and if you haven't guessed by now, I am here to talk about vintage clothes. This was a video requested by one of my viewers. This sounds really formal. I'm just gonna say it's from one of you. Beth asked, how do I style vintage clothes? Now, I would never try to make a video pretending to be an expert on something because the only thing that I'm really an expert at is napping. However, I think that this subject is more so a how I get dressed, and it doesn't take an expert to tell you how I get dressed. Really, I think it just comes down to like personal taste and styling. So this is just how I do things. Before I really get into things, I just gotta say that I hate the word vintage. I actually prefer the word retro. Like when I hear the word vintage, I think like light colored petticoats from the 50s. But when I think of retro, I think like some studded leather jacket from the 80s. I'm just more of a retro person, you know? Okay, so we got that out of the way. First things first, don't look at your vintage as vintage. Like when I look into my closet, I don't see decades, I just see a bunch of awesome clothes. Okay, so let's get styling. Try to mix your vintage clothes with modern pieces. So, how can I wear this vintage floral skirt? It has a lot of colors to work with. So I'm gonna pair it with some basics that have the same colors. I've got a green t-shirt, a black lace top, and just to be crazy, I'm gonna pick this striped tank top. It's really up to you what level of crazy you want. For this next tip, I'm going to give you permission to actually look at your closet as a decade. So I'm going to take these red high-waisted 1960s shorts and pair them with a different decade. I'm going to go with this shirt because I'm basically obsessed with it. It doesn't have a tag, but I'm going to assume it looks 90s. No one's going to know what decade you're wearing unless they're looking at your tag. I have this olive-colored 1980s t-shirt that can look modern if you just wear it with a pair of jeans. I shouldn't lie to myself, it's poop colored. One thing I really love to do with my clothes, whether it's vintage or modern, is to mix patterns and colors. So something like this purple skirt might have a lot of options. I could be matchy-matchy with a purple plaid shirt. Or I could totally clash with this little mint colored sweater. I could even wear this gold sequin t-shirt. Those are all really good options. The fastest way to make something casual is to throw a denim jacket over it. You can't really see it, but me and my mannequin Viola, we're both wearing rompers. Rompers are about as easy to style as a dress. You just put it on and you're good to go. Of course, my particular romper is a little fancier. So if maybe one day I was feeling kind of shy about it, I would throw the jacket on. Give me the jacket. And voila, casual. This is kind of like the other tip that I mentioned where you mix decades. This particular romper is like a 90s reboot of the 50s, and then this jacket was my dad's in the 70s. Do you ever wear retro clothes and you feel like a time traveler? I just can't say enough good things about accessories, especially hats. This pork pie hat is basically a part of my head by now. Hats are just so timeless. I'm an old-timey saloon owner. Although when you buy vintage hats, you're really taking a chance that it's going to be your size. This one was a one-size-fits-all from ASOS and it's huge on my head. But to be fair, I have a really small head. Vintage jewelry is really fun to wear too. Like necklaces. Because they can sometimes be really extravagant, you can probably just pair them with like a plain t-shirt. I personally wouldn't, but I've just got a weird style. Also scarves. Don't forget scarves. I think I come up with the best outfits when I just play in my closet. Like once a month, just go through your closet and play with your clothes. Throw them on your bed, throw them on the floor, throw them in a donation box. Because I buy so much from thrift stores, I think it's really important to donate it all back to thrift stores when I'm done using it. You'd be surprised how often I actually clean my closet out. Well, that is all the tips I have to share with you today. On behalf of my very shy mannequin Viola, I'd like to say thank you for watching. If you have a video request, leave it down below in the comments. You can also like this video, you can subscribe for new ones, you can follow me on the internet. All of those links and stuff are below this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.